What's up guys, and welcome back to episode 17 of the Hull City Career Mode, and we play against Stoke City at the Britannia Stadium, and we play against Chelsea also in this episode in the FA Cup semi-final, one of the biggest games of the season. But this is another huge test in the Premier League. We are just 3 points behind. Oh, excuse me, my bad, they're highlighting West Ham for some reason. We are just 2 points behind 8th place Crystal Palace, and if we win this game and if the Crystal Palace lose, we will go to 8th or 7th, I don't really remember. But again, it is one of those bogey games where we could win this or we could lose this game. But the game absolutely started off insane. So we do some decent passing on Noel Ghazi into Albert Hernandez. Albert Hernandez, not known for giving an assist, into Gruitch, who scores an absolute beauty from outside the box. And I was going absolutely insane when he scored that goal from outside the box. His first goal as a Hull City player, but I'm not going to bring his transfer permanent because I'm deciding to bring in an actual cam and an actual good CDM that's going to help us out. But what a shot from at least 29-30 yards out. What a banger. Top corners, top bins, you cannot say anything about that. And Jack Bullen had no chance in this world of saving that shot. An absolute beauty from outside the box. Again, if he did this every day, if he did this, not every day, but if he did this on a day-to-day basis where you're scoring goals, giving assists, helping us out, we would be in a way better situation. Into the 12th minute, Jake Livermore has a chance to score. The second, it's a decent cross from Anwar Ghazi, but he just puts it over the bar. And it was just one of those very, very easy games. Their first chance came from Glenn Wheeler, the CDM, and I thought that was in. Because due to crossbody shots being absolutely OP, I thought that was in. That was literally heart-stoppingly close to being an equalizer in the 30th minute. And that would have been a crazy goal. Glenn Williams scored against me the first time I played against them, where they equalized when they dropped the game up at 2-2 when I was winning 2-0 up, and I was absolutely pissed off. So I took out this vengeance in this game. We get another chance in the 40th minute. Jake Livermore again, a very great cross. What a crazy cross from Anwar Ghazi. Decent header, just straight at the goalkeeper. But the halftime stats show that we were absolutely all over them. They had one shot. We had 3 shots, 2 on target, 56% possession. We were just holding the game, holding down the midfield. They can't even pass us in the midfield, but they came out very strong in the second half. I was surprised. And you know, obviously the CPU just starts going off in the second half, but literally nothing. They didn't do absolutely anything. We were just trying to hold possession, but they were just, again, Imbula stepped up, but I have no idea why. Their midfielders were doing all the work while their strikers and wingers didn't do anything. I don't even think I noticed Shaqiri. It was a decent shot from, I believe that was Imbula, but here we get another chance. Anwar Ghazi scuffs the shot and it goes straight at Butland. Again, I have no idea why he would shoot down his right foot. I literally, again here, Stephen Ireland literally scores almost the equalizer, but a fantastic save by Marshall. But I have no idea why I didn't take my time there. If I take my time, I could have scored tons of goals. But here, absolute calamity at the back. We turn it over into Alphalai. Alphalai, again, heart-stoppingly close. Crossbody shot just goes past the post. And again, yeah, like I said, if I was more patient, I would have scored a lot of goals. But into the later stages of the match, into the 75th minute, we're clear through with Albert Hernandez. It gets taken out by Glenn Johnson, the former Liverpool right back. And it's a penalty and a double whammy. He gets a freaking red card for that. That wasn't a red card in my opinion. I think that should have been a yellow card because I think he got the ball. Looking at the replay, as you can see, it is a penalty because I don't think that's really a penalty, to be honest. But either way, we step up with Albert Hernandez. Do the old trick, and it's saved by Butland. And the shot is blocked, it's deflected, it's 1-1. But it's a red card, so I knew. So right back, so the right-hand side is going to be completely wide open, and they're going all-out attack. This is going to be clearly, easily a good counter-attacking opportunity for us. The corner is very terrible, but it's an easy save. But again, I just knew we had possession of this game. Latine wins the ball back in the midfield. We passed it into Gruitch. Gruitch with basically a man-of-the-match performance. Passed it into Albert Hernandez, and he slaps that home, gets the vengeance, and shushes the Britannia Stadium after we knocked them out of the FA Cup, I believe. Yes. And we do the mama dance on them, and it's over. It's 2-0. Bing, bang, bada boozy. It's all over. It's literally match set, done easily. Just the easy, very easy counter attack. Puts it on that left footing, slots the pass ball, and there's no way he is scoring that goal. And it's 2-0. Nothing really to say about that goal. It's just the easy counter attack. But surprisingly, 15 goals in the Premier League. 15. That's more than Aguero, I think. That's more than Aguero. That's more than, I believe, Diego Costa. Look at this, man. These stats are absolutely insane. And that is the end of the game. We win the game 2-0 away. And this is just a huge victory for us because must-needed points. We are doing absolutely amazing. We have won our last 6 games. We haven't lost in at least 10, 12 games. We have the best defensive record in the Premier League. One of the best defensive Premier League records in the Premier League. Watford drew, which is crazy because Watford is now at least 5 or 6 points behind us. But my main priority was to get to the final of the FA Cup. But we had to get through Chelsea, and I wanted Bournemouth or Leicester, but we get Chelsea out of all people. A couple of trainings. I'm not really interested in keeping Coman, the CM from Lyon. I think I'm gonna bring in Ndidi from FC Genk or whatever they call it. And obviously, I'm not going to keep most of the loan players that we have. But here we go. We face Chelsea. One of the biggest matches of our season so far. But I mean, the biggest match of the season will probably come down to the last 3 games of the season. Or the last game when we play, the last 2 games of the season when we play Crystal Palace. But of course, enjoying the Wembley Stadium. The new FA Cup graphics are absolutely amazing. Wembley Stadium is a beautiful stadium. This is a very, very tough game with a very good side. Eden Hazard, Willian, Diego Costa, Fabregas, Kante, Ivanovic, Azpilicueta, David Luiz. What a crazy ass team that Chelsea has. I'm gonna be honest, we absolutely got fucked up in this game. Well, mind my language, but we absolutely got nailed in the ass in this game. We were absolutely crushed by Chelsea. I barely had a shot on target. Their first chance comes in the 11th minute, a cross into Diego Costa, and Curtis Davies returns, but he doesn't return with a good header. He blocks the shot, the assuming corner, and out of all people, it's Eden Hazard who scores the header. Eden Hazard is 5'9". He's one of the shortest people on the field with Kante. I mean, I don't know why he was in the box. I don't know where it was Jake Livermore, because it's just Jake Livermore's fault he scored that header. And everybody was marking them guys, and freaking Eden Hazard pops out of nowhere. And I was furious. What the hell was that? Anwar Ghazi, excuse me, not even Jake Livermore. Anwar Ghazi, bro. What the hell? This is why you're getting sold. Eden Hazard winning a header on you. Anwar Ghazi is 6'1". People. He's stronger than him. He's taller than him. They get another chance in the 23rd minute. Conte takes a terrible touch, but again, a fantastic pass from Willian. And we got the ball straight back literally 1 minute later. Diego Costa passed right through Marshall. We tried to tackle him with Davies. But there's no way we're going to stop that. It's 2-0, 25th minute, and I just knew it was over. Because once you go 2-0 against the CPU, it takes a whole lot of effort. You're going to be sweating your balls off when you're done with this game. Because holy moly, what in the world was Robertson doing? That was an absolute dreadful pass. Who knows if he didn't score that goal? Who knows what had happened? But they were just lockdown defense. If you ever heard of lockdown defense, and you put Chelsea right there, if you search up the definition of lockdown defense, you're going to find Chelsea. A picture of Chelsea with Ivanovic. Ivanovic was absolutely had Lutini in his pocket. Azpilicueta had Anwar Ghazi in his pocket, not surprisingly. But we just couldn't do anything. That's the end of the first half. Just an absolute terrible first half. We couldn't do anything in this half. 50% possession. That doesn't mean shit. We had one shot. I don't even remember. It was not even relevant to add into as a highlight because they're absolutely fluffing us up. We went attacking. We went high pressure. Didn't do anything. I just seen one player pressuring because high pressuring is just basically one player is pressuring. And if you want to pressure with more than one people, you have to do 2-man pressing. Out of all this, the highlights that we had was the substitution of bringing in Bergwijn. Because the next thing you know, into the 90th minute, Willian crosses it in, and Eden Hazard scores. Simple as that. Eden Hazard scores the second, it's over. It's all over. Our dreams of the FA Cup final are over. We get smashed 3-0 by Chelsea. Not surprisingly, because this team is not FA Cup final proven. I mean, that was shambolic performance. Curtis Davies, Nico Alvetti. I mean, they're doing well, but they just couldn't keep up with Hazard, Willian, and Diego Costa. And yes, it's going to be Leicester City against Chelsea in the FA Cup final. Out of all teams, man, out of all teams, we have to get Chelsea. Why couldn't Leicester get Chelsea? They ratted them last season. Why couldn't we get Bournemouth? That would have been the easy FA Cup final. Easy FA Cup final. Here's the stats: 5 shots, 3 on target. After the second half, Chelsea just held possession. They just pretty much parked the bus for the rest of the game. Counter-attacking, we went all out attack to score a goal to get a consolation. That didn't mean anything, and we lose this game 3-0. We are out of the FA Cup as you know. There it is. Confirmation that it's going to be Leicester against Chelsea in the FA Cup final. Hopefully Leicester wins it. They absolutely smashed Bournemouth. Well, but it's a great episode. We won. I'm really focused on the Premier League. I don't really care about the FA Cup. We exceeded expectations. My main goal is to get 8th in the Premier League, 8th or 7th in the Premier League. All we have to do is get a good performance against Watford and Stoke City and the rest of our games, and we are into that mid-table finish, and the board will be happy with us, and they won't sack us. Please, just don't sack us. That will be the end of this episode, and I will see you guys next time for another episode of the Hull City Career Mode. As I was going to tell you guys the other day, but I'm going to upload this on the second episode of the Hull City Career Mode on Thursdays, not Wednesdays anymore. Peace.